Yeah, hi there, and these comments are for Amer, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, and I want to take a look at your specific question. So from what I can tell right now, you want to go from 70 to 90, so you want to improve your score about 20 points. And you also had a quick question about the reading. You said the reading, you had 47 questions in 60 minutes. You say the problem is the reading passages are really hard, full of words that you don't know, and the sentences are very long, so you didn't have enough time to understand each sentence. So what is the best strategy for the reading section? So to answer your question in two parts, the first part, I'm going to say that based on your goals right now, you had 16 points on the reading, 17 points in the listening, you had 23 points on the speaking, your strongest area, and you had 14 points on the writing. So I'm going to recommend, you're probably looking at least 3 months for you to make the improvements you need in order to get close or past the 90 score that you're looking for. So that would be my comments on the first part. Now, the second part is, what are the best strategies for the reading section? Well, it's not just about strategies, Amer. It's about building your academic English language proficiency. So the better question here is, how do I improve my reading? That way you can get a higher score in the TOEFL IBT exam, am I right? So there's 5 things. There's 5 things that you want to do. This is going to help you get through the reading section better, more successfully. Number 1, obviously you want to keep reading each day about 45 to 60 minutes. I'd recommend reading magazines, newspapers, and longer books. These reading materials are not TOEFL related. They're simply reading materials designed for adults. Read every day. Now, you also need listening practice, right? So I'm going to give you some suggestions there too. You should also be practicing, excuse me, with your listening about 45 to 60 minutes every day too. So that gives you an hour and a half with just reading and listening practice. Now, in the case of the listening, you can practice listening to news, science, documentary, and history programs. You can find these things if you have access to TV in English. Now, cable you will need. Now, if you don't have that, you can also go on the internet. You might want to write these down. National Public Radio is a great website to help you with your academic listening. The website is npr.org. Secondly, you can also practice listening at TED Talks. TED, and then the separate word, Talks, TALKS. So that's also going to be good. Now, as you're doing the reading and the listening, you should get in the habit of note-taking. It's very important to take notes during the reading and the listening sections of the TOEFL exam, of course. So start taking notes when you're practicing your reading and your listening, and then using your notes, you can either write a summary of the reading and the listening passages, or you can orally summarize the reading and the listening passages. So I think if you do that every day for the next 3 months, just those 2 suggestions is going to help you get better, right? Now, I've also suggested my 90-day TOEFL study guide, right? Now, let's go back to the reading. So I said the first thing that you need to do in the reading is to practice reading every day. Number 2, you need to build your vocabulary, your academic vocabulary, your vocabulary of college-level words. Number 3, you need to increase your reading speed. It'll make it easier for you to get through those TOEFL reading passages. My recommendation is you need to increase your reading speed to a minimum of 300 words per minute. This is very important. Number 4, you should become familiar with the IBT reading question types and the strategies for answering them. And then number 5, you should take TOEFL level reading practice tests. You can find these in books. And you can also find them at my website, my online TOEFL course. Now, my website specifically, I will help you in the reading area. I will help you improve your vocabulary. I will help you improve your reading speed. My speed reading tests of the academic reading passages in my course, it will help get you to 350 words per minute. So you can do that. Number 3, you will also become familiar with the IBT reading question types and the strategies for answering them. And I also have 2 full-length IBT practice tests that you can take at my website today. So I think a combination of going through and doing reading and listening practice on a day-to-day basis, going through my 90-day TOEFL study guide, I think is also going to be helpful, and then following my 5 suggestions to improve your reading proficiency, you will be able to make improvements. You got to be patient, right? So at this time, I'd like to invite you to become my newest student in my online TOEFL course. You simply need to go back to Better TOEFL Scores where you made your comment, click on the Join button, and you can become one of my students. I will also put in this particular, I'll put the 90-day TOEFL study guide at my website for you so you can see it. All right, thank you.